Welcome to Mishna study Masechet Eruvin Perek Zayin Mishnah Aleph. Over here in this Mishnah, in these first few Mishnayot, we're going to discuss two adjacent Hatzirot, right? Two adjacent courtyards, one next to each other, and there's something in between them. Now, let's say it's a wall in between them, separating them. Okay, so if it's a wall, a tall wall, we'll see in the next Mishnah, higher than 10 tefachim high, it's considered now two separate courtyards. Let's say the wall is lower than 10 tefachim high. Right? Or let's say there's a window in that wall. Does that connect the two properties, those two hatzirot, and allow them to make one eruv together? Or do they need to make two separate eruvin, each one for each hatzir respectively? So that's going to be our next few mishnayot. Halon shemen shedeh hatzirot, if you have a window in between two courtyards, arba'a betoch hasara, if it's 4 by 4 tefachim, right? Anytime the language arba'a is lashon zachar, right? So it's talking about tefachim. Betoch asara, within 10 tefachim high off the ground. Me'arevin shnayim, right? You can go ahead and have two separate erus if you want. V'imratzu me'arevin ehad, right? This is the chidush in Mishnah. If you want, you can go ahead and make one eruv altogether, because that window itself now joins both hatzirot to be considered one if you want. If it's less than 4 by 4, right? The window itself is less than 4 tefachim over an opening, or it's higher than 10 tefachim off the ground. Then you have to make two separate eruvs, and you're not allowed to make one. Right? So this is all pretty simple. I would even say the last part of the Mishnah is redundant. Right? We get that, right? Once you tell us, once you tell us the first part that if it's 4 by 4 within 10, you could, you do two, and if you want, you could do one. Obviously, if it's less than 4 by 4, or if it's higher than 10 tvachim, you're gonna have to do two, and you're not allowed to do one eruv, right? So what's the point of mentioning this later part of the Mishnah? So Rambam points out, even though that is simple, it comes to teach us that if a person had a window, right, that's in, if the window needs to be its entirety higher than 10 tefachim, and then you're forced, you're not allowed to make one eruv. Then you must make two, right? But if any portion of the window is within 10 tefachim off the ground, right? So the window starts at 9 tefachim above the ground, and it goes higher, then that's considered a legitimate window to join the two courtyards, and you're allowed to make one eruv if you want.